Hi, my name is S.C. Day. Thank you for joining us for our first segment of Issues on the Street. Issues on the Street is a segment where we will contact businesses or consumers and find out what matters most to their wallets. Today, we are at the 25th Annual Business Doing Business with the Government. It's a national conference that goes on once a year, and here we're going to talk with business owners, prospective business owners, and presenters to find out what is so special about the 25th Annual Business Doing Business with the Government. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back. Again, my name is S.C. Day. We are here at the 25th Annual Businesses Doing Business with the Government Conference, the 25th Annual Conference. And today I have with me here Mrs. Jeanette
Schutz.
Mrs. Jeanette Schutz, and she's with the Florida Turnpike. Now, Jeanette, you mind if I call you Jeanette, right?
Absolutely.
What is so special about the Florida Turnpike and a small business wanting to do business with the Florida Turnpike? I'm a small business and I had no idea that the Florida Turnpike would offer business contracts.
It's a very interesting question because many people think that at the Florida Turnpike we're only roads, and we're much more than roads. We have janitorial contracts, landscaping contracts, professional services contracts, cleaning contracts. So there's a lot of things that people could do for the Florida Turnpike. One of our biggest advantages is that 90% of the work that the Florida Turnpike does is through our consultants. And there's a lot of work because we have a very large budget. And our office provides the service of basically putting together the dots. We know which people need minority companies, and we provide them with the names of those people so that they can refer directly to those companies and bid for the jobs that are out there.
Now, you said that 90%, you provide like 90% of basically connecting the dots, right?
Yes.
Now, with that being said, how would a small business know to reach out to the Florida Turnpike for, say, a business opportunity?
This is why we attend all of these events, so that we let the public know that my office, which is the Minority Business Enterprise Manager's office, has a program where we will put you into our database and we will send you only contracts that are relevant to the type of work you do. Because we know that if you're a plumber, you're not interested in getting contracts from the landscaping sector, and we will only send you those contracts. We also have you in our database to inform you of all of these events that come up that we will be attending to, and of the events we host in-house, so that the minority companies can meet directly with the people that are in charge of hiring in the prime contractors and the big general contractors.
Okay. Now, this is their 25th annual conference. How long have you or the Florida Turnpike been attending?
I've only been with the Florida Turnpike for 1 year.
Okay.
But we have been attending this event, I understand, for a very long time. Last year they invited me the first time. I thought it was a wonderful event. The Florida Turnpike made contact with at least 50 minority businesses. I'm very thrilled this year. I met a veteran, and this is one of the categories that we're very interested in our minority company with helping them. And I'd like to let everyone know that last year at the Florida Turnpike, we spent $32 million with certified minority businesses.
You heard it here, $32 million with certified minority businesses. Ms. Schultz, I'm a veteran.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for participating in this segment. And how would a company reach out to you? Would they go through the Small Business Development Center, or can they contact you directly?
They can contact me directly. My phone number is 407-264-3132, and you will reach me there. Or you can email me at jeanette.schutz, SCHUTZ, @dot.state.fl.us. If you also go into the Florida Turnpike website and go under administration, we'll have a tab that is minority business, and all of our information is there.
Thank you again, Ms. Schultz.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, again, this is SC Day with the Legally Still Show, and we're here at the 25th annual Businesses Doing Business with the Government Conference. This is their 25th annual, and today I have here with me Miss Charis Medina, correct? And Miss Medina is with the Hispanic Business Initiative Fund. Now, Miss Medina, how long has the Hispanic Business Initiative Fund been in the Tampa Bay area?
El Fondo de Iniciativo para Negocios Hispanos, con sus siglas en inglés, HBIF, lleva aquí en Tampa operando 20 años.
20 years. Okay, I understand a little Spanish. 20 years. The other thing is, this is a very important conference, and it's an opportunity for businesses, not just, when we say minority business, most people think of the black business owner or the woman business owner, but there's a very important part of this conference focused on the Hispanic community. Now, what type of opportunities are out there for the Hispanic business owner?
Son muchas oportunidades las que hay afuera. Nosotros ayudamos a la comunidad hispana a que comiencen sus negocios. Nosotros los guiamos con los primeros pasos para comenzar su negocio. Todos los seminarios, nosotros ofrecemos seminarios en español. Todas las orientaciones son en español y la consejería también es español. Tenemos personal bilingüe que trabaja con nosotros, que también ayuda a las personas que no hablan mucho español, pero son hispanos. O sea, son personas que se crían aquí, pero que no hablan mucho español. Tenemos personal bilingüe que también los ayudan a ellos.
There are a lot of opportunities available for the Hispanic community. Now, with the Hispanic Business Initiative Fund, what exactly do you do? What does your organization provide?
Ok, nosotros tenemos un programa que se llama Scholarships, son becas. Nosotros los ayudamos a ellos a realizar su business plan, su plan de negocios, su marketing plan, su plan de mercadeo. Los ayudamos también si desean tener su negocio en el internet con las páginas website. Los ayudamos también con la contabilidad de su negocio y si desean asesoría legal también tenemos el Scholarship Legal Assistance.
So you do a full board of everything. You're talking about websites, you're talking about marketing plans. This is great. Now, how can a business owner get in touch with you? How can they contact you?
Nosotros estamos ubicados en la calle 56. Nuestro número de teléfono es el 813-980-2765. Nuestro horario de oficina es de 8 de la mañana a 5 de la tarde, de lunes a viernes.
And do you have an email address?
Sí, mi email es cmedina@hbifflorida.org. Do you want me to in English?
If you want to, yes.
Okay, it's C Medina, C as in Carlos, C Medina @hbifflorida.org.
You heard it here. Thank you, Miss Medina. Stay tuned. Hi, this is SC Day. We're back again at the 25th annual Businesses Doing Business with the Government Small Business Conference. And I am here with Mr. Marvin Butler, and he's with the Veteran Affairs. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Butler, as a small business owner and a U.S. vet myself, what opportunities are available through your office?
Several different services, commodities. It's just a matter of going out to the published websites, seeking these opportunities, finding the opportunities, and soliciting an offer for whatever solicitations out there for these opportunities.
Okay, now how long has your office been attending the Small Business Conference?
Forever. I mean, we have a small business specialist. That's what I do, as well as other duties within the organization, but it is imperative for us to make sure small businesses do business with the VA, and especially the service-disabled veteran and the veteran-owned businesses, because we have established goals that are established by our Secretary of the VA, and we must meet these goals on a fiscal basis.
Okay, now, as a veteran-owned small business myself, what would be the first step in, I guess, doing business with your office or with the Veteran Affairs office?
Contacting me or whoever is serving as a small business specialist in the office.
Okay, and then once we contact you, you will put us on the right path of what we need to do to get the ball rolling, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is, I know we're at the last day of the conference and you guys are about to wrap up. It's good to have the audience here from representatives because, you know, it's kind of like a smorgasbord, man. I mean, it's like, how do I find out information? Where do I go? What do I do? But this is where you guys are in place to make the process a whole lot easier. Now, how do we get in touch with you?
You come and visit me at my booth, or you can look on the website for the VA at any facility. I'm stationed at the Tampa facility, but we have you can Google it. We have an advertisement online for small business representatives. I don't have the website right offhand, but if you Google Tampa VA, it'll get you to where you can call. It should have our contact information on there. They keep that pretty updated, so. I get contacted quite a bit actually by a lot of small businesses trying to do business with the government, and they get the information off the website.
Well, we're going to have your information because I'm going to get your business card.
Great.
And what we're going to do is we're going to put it underneath this segment under the title so people will actually, once they see this, they'll know exactly where to come.
That'll be a great idea, sir.
Mr. Butler, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us here about the Small Business Conference.
Thank you, sir.
Stay tuned. We'll be back. And we're back. Again, this is SC Day. We're here at the 25th Annual Businesses Doing Business with the Government Small Business Conference. That's a lot of stuff to say, Scott. That's a lot of stuff. Today I have with me Mr. Scott
Smith.
Mr. Scott Smith. And Mr. Smith, you are with Keystone Capital, correct?
That's right. I'm the owner of Keystone Capital Funding. It's a factoring company based in St. Petersburg, Florida. We have clients all over the state of Florida and in many of the states in the country.
Now, one of the things that's interesting about a lot of the vendors that are here is a lot of them are contractors, say like your big guys, a Raytheon, right? But from a small business standpoint, when it comes to obtaining operating capital, most of us, you know, start out with small business, you start out with a credit issue. What does Keystone do to actually help or aid small businesses in, let's say, handling some of those government contracts that they receive?
Sure. Well, Keystone is a little different than your traditional banking relationship in that we're looking at the customer's credit worthiness more than the client itself. So in other words, if somebody comes to me and they say they've just been awarded a government contract but they don't have the capital needed to act on it, then we will approve them. You know, we're going to look at some background information, credit information, but the main underwriting criteria is going to be the customer because ultimately that's who's going to pay us. So it's a very nice, easy approval process, only takes about a week. And it's debt-free. You're not going to be paying any interest or loans like you would with a traditional bank loan.
Now, of course, that's a big plus because with the whole credit lending issues today, with the whole banking issues, a lot of people, a lot of businesses can't just run into the bank and get loans anymore. And with your company, you can make that process a whole lot simpler, a whole lot easier, correct?
That's right. We just have a 2-page application. Usually we could get a proposal put together in 24 hours, and then everything's set up in the system and ready to go within a week. And the process is very simple. As a client, you would just submit invoices to us. We would verify that the work has been done and completed, and then advance 80% of that invoice amount within 24 hours. And then 30, 60 days later, when your client pays us, we'll rebate the remaining 20% less our fee. And our fee is anywhere from 2 to 5% of the invoice amount per month. So it's an affordable option. It's a quick option, and it works out really well to help businesses grow that otherwise couldn't because the bank financing isn't available.
Now, here's the $1 million question: who can you help?
We could help just about any business that's doing business with another business. So it has to be business to business. The only exceptions would be trucking industry and medical receivables from insurance companies. But other than that, we help a broad spectrum of companies across the country.
Scott, how can the audience who's listening to this, how can they get in touch with your organization, your company?
Well, they could look us up online. Our website is KeystoneCapitalFunding.com, and my phone number locally is 727-823-2233. Again, that's 727-823-2233.
What about email?
Email is scott@KeystoneCapitalFunding.com. That's scott@KeystoneCapitalFunding.com.
Well, Scott, I do appreciate you taking the time to talk with us here about the conference. Now, have you been successful here at the conference?
I have. I've met a lot of good contacts, and I came here last year, and we've actually factored some clients that we met at the conference, and it worked out really well. So,
absolutely, that's a plus. Scott, thank you. We're going to make sure we have your information on where people will be able to see this, and they'll be able to contact you.
Okay. Great.
Thanks again.
Nice to talk to you.
Same here. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Again, we're back. This is SC Day of the Legally Still Show, and we're here at the 25th Annual Businesses Doing Business with the Government Small Business Conference. And today I have with us the 25th Annual Small Business Champion Award recipient, Mr. Julius Davis. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Davis, we've talked with different vendors about the Small Business Development Conference. But this is an opportunity to talk to a winner of actually being a recipient of working with the Small Business Development Center. Now, how long have you been working with the Small Business Development Center?
We worked with them since day one. That's been about 6 years now. Okay. And, they were the first program advisor that we went to once my business partner and I decided that this is something that we wanted to do. They've been an exceptional guidance. We use them for we've been in business now for 6 years, and we've been having a relationship with Small Business Development Center for 5 of those 6 years.
So you basically started your business, and instead of you running out solo, you got with a partner, and then you sought out the Small Business Development Center, correct?
Correct. That's correct. Yep.
Okay, and you have pretty much worked through the process to the point of where you are now. If you would, tell us a little bit about how you started and where you are today as a result of working with the SBDC.
Right. Well, Jorge and I, we had a lunch meeting. We brainstormed the idea. And we realized that, hey, this is something that we wanted to do. We had our families. We had a family dinner over my house and with our wives, and we discussed the dreams that he and I had, and we had about 5 pages of questions. I think our wives had about 20. And of course, we didn't have answers to it. I mean, we were engineers. We're engineers. We're not business owners at the time, so we didn't know anything about a business. But we were able to find out Google and sought out Small Business Development Center, and we looked online and saw the courses that they had to offer. And all of the courses were interesting. All the courses were things that we felt that we needed to know. Number one, how to start a business.
Right.
It's a 2-hour session. Every minute is worth it. Even though there are some things that you may know, but going through a class like that, there will be things that you haven't even thought of.
Right.
And then there's a business plan course, there's an accounting course, there's business tax course. I mean, we just about taken every course that the Small Business Development Center had to offer. We took full advantage of their program. And another good thing about the program is that once you take a course, all of the advisors are accessible to you at no cost. So if you have a question about business tax, or if you have a question about accounting or financial or business planning, bookkeeping, you can talk to an individual, a staff member over at Business Development Center, and all these are professional staff members, you know, CPAs, they're registered. And you sit down and they give you advice and give you direction and give you, connections and extremely helpful, extremely helpful.
Okay, now this is a good example of from startup to sustainability to profitability.
Right.
But what would you say to a business that's, say, already established? Would the SBDC be a good match for them?
Yes, it would. The SBDC can be a refresher course. Okay, for business that's already established, there's always, you know, first of all, a business is more or less like, it's amphibious. It's constantly changing.
Absolutely.
The SBDC they have reference materials that are up to date, that's current, that you may not be aware of. The business plan course is definitely something that I highly recommend, from startup business to business that's established, to go through that course and see what they have to say. You'll be amazed on information that you haven't even thought of that would change your direction, to change your course, or even give you an uplift to continue, or give you the extra drive to go to the next step to build your business and to a next level.
You know what? This is great information. So if you were speaking to a prospective small business today, what advice would you give them of what should be their next step?
Well, for me, you always have to, first of all, you have to find mentors. And a mentor is not necessarily somebody who you have to know personally. A mentor can be somebody who you just strictly admire. Like for me, and you constantly read books and biographies about those mentors, because you begin to understand how they got from point A to point B, if that's where you want to be. A good example of my mentors that I read is Howard Schultz of Starbucks. Okay. Earl Graves, Black Enterprise Magazine. Right. All right. Ted Turner. Mm-hmm. All of these are good examples of books that I have read. You learn a lot from that. And constantly being involved in community and organizations and activities such as what we're doing today, because you never know who you're going to run into. You shake hands with everybody, and it's just amazing that when you start your day off and you go to an event that you figured, okay, I'm going to go there for a couple hours and shake hands, and for the first hour and 45 minutes, that's exactly what you do. But as soon as you walk out of that door, you shake that one last hand, that person can really take you to the next level, and you have no idea on that. So my advice is to always keep your name out there. Keep your name out there so that people are aware of you, because you never know who may want to reach out to you to support you and help you and guide you in your continued success.
Now, Mr. Davis, if you would give us your contact information, because their business is going to be looking at this and they're going to say, well, how can I get in touch with this guy? I'd like to talk with him about maybe doing some business together. What is your contact information?
Okay, you can check us out on our website. Our contact is on there. It's www.voltair, VOLTAIR, engineers.com.
You heard it here. Again, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
On being the 25th annual Small Business Champion.
Appreciate it.
You know, I'm the next Small Business Champion.
Hey.
I just thought I'd let you know.
That's all right.
All right.
Follow the path.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, no problem.
You heard it here. We'll be back. And we're back here again at the 25th Annual Businesses Doing Business with the Government Small Business Conference with the Small Business Development Center. As you know, we've been talking to participants, vendors at the conference, and now is an opportunity to talk with an attendee, which is a rarity. And today we have with us Dr. Walter Davis. Dr. Davis, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
Absolutely wonderful. Dr. Davis, if you would, tell us what it is that you do, and then we want to talk about why you felt attending the conference. What was the value in coming out of attending the conference? So what is it that you do?
Okay, well, I have a firm. I'm the CEO and president, and we do engineering, IT, and management consulting. We're based out of Tallahassee. We got an office in Orlando and also an office in San Ramon, California. What I got out of this conference was the workshops that was very informative. I have been to a number of conferences in all my life, and this is one of the best I've ever been. People here is just the information at hand, they want to help. It's been like a win-win situation. I've met people from other companies that we can find some synergy and do some business again, and it's not a concept of a minority company or a woman's-owned company or a Spanish company or an Asian company. It's just all companies that's working together, unified to do something together.
Now, I take it that you're not a new business. You've been in business for a while.
Well, I've been in business 9 years. I was with 30 years with the federal government, so I've been in business 9 years.
So, but in 9 years in being in business, you still see the advantage of coming to a conference like this with the Small Business Development Center.
Yes, sir. And the reason is information changes all the time. So you want to keep up on top of that and try to get the latest and greatest information that would help you in your own business. Yeah.
You know, we just interviewed Mr. Davis, the 25th annual recipient, Small Business Champion. And one of the things I asked was, what would you say to a small business that would be looking at this video? What would you say to them about the Small Business Development Center?
I would say reach out to those that's reaching out for you. In other words, attend the workshops, get a hold of PTAC, the SBDC personnel. They have the expertise to help you to grow your company and to get the capital, to get the bonding if you're in the construction. Everything that you need is right here. So.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Dr. Davis, if you would, and we're going to put your information under your name here on the video.
Okay.
How would a business that may be interested in doing business with your company, how would they get in touch with you?
Oh, that's easy. Just go on the website and push in Morris, Allen and Associates, and our search engine should bring us up number one. And we can and just contact my office by there. We're available 24/7.
You heard it, 24/7. Dr. Davis, thank you for participating in this segment.
Thank you so very much for having me. I certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too, sir. Bye.
Bye. You've heard it here.